Hi,
Hi,
and welcome to.
and welcome to.
I'm not a fan of you anymore.
You no longer spark joy.
You're literally the reason I drink.
Am I the? Is it the Andy meme with Buzz with the toy from Toy Story where you're throwing me to the side and saying I don't like playing with you anymore, and you're gonna go and record more podcasts with Paul instead?
That's first of all, that's Toy Story 2, I'm pretty sure. Because that's a nightmare sequence.
I don't want to play with you anymore. Right?
Specifically Devoid.
Devoid. A podcast. Oh, you thought this was gonna be the regular theme song? No fucking way. Micah, it's been 3 years since we've recorded our last podcast. I checked, it was 2017.
You know what else was in 2017? The inauguration of Donald J. Trump Jr.
Oh, God, it was. Ugh. Let's talk about that loser for a second. And by loser, I mean
projected loser.
I mean he lost the election.
Projected loser. He's also a loser in real life. I'll say it.
Attention shoppers, hot take alert.
You know, hot take. I am not the biggest fan of Donald Trump. I'll say it.
Hot take, Orange Man bad. Please don't blow me away in the comments.
Please. Oh my God, we mentioned Donald Trump. Does that mean we're going to get more views, but like in a bad way?
Does that mean we're slaughtered online by the conservatives?
Wait a minute. I'm going to say something so that I could get on Donald Trump's Twitter.
Okay.
So these liberals, right?
God, liberals.
How was that? Was that good?
I think it needs to be more like this. These damn leftist conservatives. Wait.
I have pink hair and I love being a conservative. I'm super straight. You don't see anything in the background. I'm super straight.
That's Derek's wrestling gimmick. Super straight Derek.
That was my Tinder profile in high school. I'm super straight. It was before I came out.
Mom, Dad, I'm straight.
Don't joke about that. We're gonna have some fucking white girls from suburbia coming out to their parents as straight to try to normalize the coming out process.
Why do I think that that's in like it's not in The Fault in Our Stars, but it's in like the genre of
it's in the John Green realm of possibility of someone coming out as straight in one of John Green's novels.
Oh no, God, that exists.
It would be J.K. Rowling's novel to prove she does like the LGBT community.
Politics, am I right?
So what was your major in college?
Hey. One that's definitely not giving me a real career, am I right?
Now, Micah. If someone told you that you would be using your music degree as a cashier, would you have believed them?
Yes.
I'm pretty sure that was in the list of the possible careers that Dr. said to the music majors. See, I bleeped myself so you can have an easier time editing. Now I need you to edit thank you, Derek, right here so that you can thank me later for helping you edit.
Anyways.
So there was an election.
Yeah. Politics. the reason you clicked on this comedy podcast to hear two dorks talk about Orange Man bad and Biden not good enough.
I think the funniest thing was like immediately after Biden won the election, all the like progressive Democrats immediately were like, all right, now we're splitting this part into two.
I'm more of a fan of the Campbells liberals.
I'm more of a fan of the Green Party. That's a joke.
I made a soup joke.
And I made another political joke. And we are not the same person.
We are not the same person.
We're not the same person. We're two totally different people. You watch professional wrestling. I watch sports entertainment.
You upset me.
You have a comedy podcast. I have a wrestling podcast.
I'm successful at a game show. You also are there.
I was successful at a game show.
Yeah, and then the rain of May kept raining down way too long.
Oh, it poured.
So, Derek, I hear that you haven't been able to leave your room, Segway. How has that been going?
Yeah, so I am in shelter in place right now, which means legally I can't go anywhere off campus. I can't go into other on-campus rooms, dorm buildings. I can't be outside with another person that I don't live with. It has been me locked in my room for about a week and a half.
Wow, I didn't realize that I was also in shelter in place then.
No, I mean it's been fine. I've been in a gamer mood the past couple days. I finally purchased that game that we both play on a different podcast.
Jeez, I opened that up this week. Holy fuck, do I forget how to play some of that game?
I started playing the fucking Mars thing on that one.
I have not done that yet.
It is weird, but I am having fun. I'm pushing the people with cool names.
I feel like you could get your entire apartment into Journey of Wrestling.
I think I could get my entire apartment into a lot of things. I have gotten my entire apartment into a couple things.
Speaking of getting into things, Derek and I had a drag conversation last night. Do you want to?
We're gonna talk about drag.
I mean, I feel like that was a good conversation, and like might as well bring it up. So, as Derek says, I'm woefully straight.
Yeah. So we were talking about Drag Race. I am or not, just drag in general.
Yeah, because I was just like, I had many questions because I have seen drag. I have been to a drag show with my also sadly passed father in Provincetown, the gay capital of the states. That is like a thing.
Yeah.
Like it's very pro LGBTQ.
Yeah. It's like
plus.
Yeah.
Cool. Boom. Learning. This is called #learning. Learn how to do it, liberals. Anyway,
Provincetown is like they call it the gay capital of the states, but it's like actually the like second gayest place in the country, right?
Yeah. After Washington D.C.
Oh, I was gonna say after that small town in Mississippi. You know how small towns in Mississippi are very liberal and gay friendly.
I was doing like a 12-year-old saying like the politics is gay.
Yeah, the other gayest place in the world is your mom. Oh, yo, you just got so owned,
dude. He got pwned. What?
I stole that joke from Amy Schumer, so I have no idea where that joke came from originally.
Dane Cook.
Again, so I don't know where that joke came from originally.
Jeff Dunham. My mom, when I was like 15, was just like, "You want to go to a Jeff Dunham show?" And I was just like, "That sounds absolutely horrible."
Did you go?
No.
You know who went to a Jeff Dunham show recently? I say recently. This is before COVID. Troy. Yeah.
Troy, who sells honey, and you should go down to where Troy lives and
Yes.
and go to farmers markets, which may or may not exist right now, and buy his family's honey.
It depends. I don't know about Massachusetts farmers markets, but by God, if you take away the farmers market in Vermont, the whole economy collapses.
Soap, I think he makes soap too. Look at that! Shout out!
Shout out, Troy.
We gotta plug our boys too, not just plug ourselves. What were we talking about before? Drag.
Yes.
So Derek was trying to explain to me drag and the problems with RuPaul's Drag Race being the predominant drag thing.
Yes.
To which I said, so is drag like wrestling in the sense of kayfabe? And for those of you who don't know, kayfabe is like being in character.
Yeah. It's like, I think the best way to describe kayfabe is that there's two worlds. There's the real world, and then there's the world of wrestling. And the world of wrestling is where kayfabe is. That's where all the like storylines exist.
Yes, because we were talking about drag pronouns. Because Derek was just like, you say she, her when they're in drag, and then he, him out of drag if it is a male performer.
For most drag queens, there are some queens that identify as non-binary outside of drag.
Right. And so I said, so it's like kayfabe, because that's what makes sense to me. Because I was just like, I'm confused. Isn't it always a him? And Derek was just like, no.
Yeah, it was a good discussion. I enjoy talking about drag. I'm gonna get Micah into drag race.
And then I said,
and then I'm gonna put Micah into drag.
So,
heads up for that.
Pass.
Only if you're comfortable with it.
I'm literally not comfortable wearing like white or yellow shirts. I don't think I'll be okay wearing. I don't think I'll be okay wearing a boa or a hat.
I'll put you into male drag at least.
My main joke yesterday was you're not in drag if you're not wearing a hat.
This is true.
Which I'm not sure if that's actually true, but every drag person I've ever seen is wearing a hat.
I mean, you gotta accessorize, right?
You gotta have a boa. Hulk Hogan is like the closest thing to a drag queen.
No, not
physically looking.
I don't think that was.
You're telling me there's never been a drag queen or king who has dressed up as Hulk Hogan?
No, not that I know of.
What?
But I intend to be the first. No, I'm kidding. I have not done drag, but I have always thought that if I were to be on RuPaul's Drag Race and I needed a Snatch Game character, that I would do either Hulk Hogan or Randy Savage, because I think that'd be hilarious.
Randy Savage, totally. No, not Undertaker dragging Hulk Hogan. Although that
Randy Savage is like, if you're a queen who's gonna be inspired by any wrestler, it would be Randy Savage.
I'm sorry. Is there a drag queen or king, who does dragon? Like, is there a dragon? Like someone who just dresses up as a dragon,
like
but
someone whose whole shtick is a dragon? I'm sure there is.
Yeah,
I'm sure
because that's too much. That's too easy out of a pot.
I'm
gonna flash up.
All right, there's a whole genre of. Oh, sick! Yeah,
stunning. But like, yeah, stunning.
There's a whole genre of drag that's queen. It's like a horror genre, but it's like queens who wear masks instead of like doing makeup.
Hey, don't say that word. That's not who they are.
What? Wait, what word did I say?
You said horror, but our accents make it sound like.
Gotcha. Horror.
Sounds like horror.
Horror. That's like you ever seen the bit from Whose Line Is It Anyway where Jim Carrey saying horror, but weirdly?
I've never watched a single thing from Whose Line Is It Anyway because I am funny on my own.
But you were in improv. And you didn't steal any bits?
No, I came up with all my fucking bits by myself.
Next thing you're gonna do is tell me that you came up with them on the spot too.
Yeah, who plans out their bits? A lot of people, actually.
I've planned bits for improv as in like, hey, just so you know, I'm about to do this. Just follow what I do.
Oh, that's like the stint of what I do, but I
Yeah.
don't tell anybody what I'm gonna do. I just
Right.
kind of do it. I'm what they call a loose cannon.
Yeah.
Sometimes I just won't show up.
Sometimes you won't show up. Sometimes you will, and then make a joke about puppy mills.
Okay. If we're gonna have this conversation, I'm gonna full force go for it because I did that. That was on purpose. I made that puppy mill joke on purpose.
I know
because
we talked about this.
not on the podcast because we were
Okay.
playing good, bad, and ugly. And the whole point of that game is that the good person tells good advice. But I had a workaround where that person was also a not good person, but they gave good advice. I was trying to make improv interesting because all of those games suck when you do them so many times.
Yeah.
So I was just like, this bad person is going to give good advice. And that is going to be good because do you trust the good advice from the bad person? And
Right.
everyone just shit on me because I made a joke about puppy mills because that's where I worked. And I was just like, and they go to puppy therapy and they have puppy counseling and they have a puppy therapist. And it was hilarious because that's not what puppies really do. Spoiler. And so everyone shit on me and I have to explain myself. It's like the thing where I said, where I was a conspiracy theorist and I referenced documentaries about tragedies like 9/11 and Columbine. And everyone didn't get it. And I was just like, I'm not talking about these things. I'm talking about things talking about these things. There's a huge difference. And it is minute enough that I can get away with it and no one's gonna get in trouble.
That was the big thing, is that like a lot of these instances could improv get in trouble for.
You can't get in trouble for talking about a documentary about 9/11, witnessing 9/11. Especially when
but there's the can we get in trouble for a joke perhaps where the theme of the joke is a documentary about this tragedy.
But that wasn't the joke. I was just saying, have you seen these documentaries before? Think about it, man. Because I was a conspiracy theorist.
No.
I was like going full Alex Jones.
I agree with you. I think the problem with doing college improv and
is offending people, but I wasn't offending people, and that was not my intention. My intention was not to trigger or offend anybody.
The problem with college improv is that even though it's all on the spot, you still have to censor yourself in what you're doing, which can get difficult sometimes when the bit you're going for can lead in a certain direction.
Yes, but I wasn't allowing it to go in any other direction. That was the thing. And also it was rehearsal, because in rehearsal, you do not you do things that will change the way people think. So in a performance, it can be awesome.
Yes.
Because performances can suck.
Yes, they can. We've had some bad ones at Whip Comedy Improv.
Yeah, and we have, and everyone has a bad thing.
Yeah.
Also, the other problem with college improv is that everyone thinks that the swear words are like the point of comedy. Like if you say fuck shit, and like if you use them passing, like this damn Jezebel. Like if the funny word is not fuck, then it's okay. But if you're just like fuck, that's not cool. But if you're like in this fucking behemoth, and you say behemoth in a funny way.
I think swear words definitely are good. Like I'm not saying they're the go-to like point of comedy, but they could be a good point of like you say a swear word and get a laugh. But that depends on the bit you're doing. You can't just have your joke be haha, I said a swear word. The joke would be like, I'm a 6-year-old kid who's like seems really sweet, but I just said fuck.
Yes, it's all context.
It's all context. It's all thinking outside of just the joke, and you have to think about the bit. What you're going for. You got to tell the story. You know what I mean? You catch my drift.
I catch all of your drift, actually.
Nice. Even my Tokyo drift? So, Micah, anything new with you recently?
Started reading a book.
Oh, what book?
Your mom. Oh,
Oh, yo, you got me again, but like a little bit later, so I wasn't expecting it.
that's called a diversion and a subversion.
And a diversion. So we're just gonna end it now. Yeah, it's all right, cool.
All right, and we're back. Sorry, my computer was having issues.
Sorry, my computer broke and I had to go buy a new one real quickly.
Yeah. Sorry, my mom found porn on my laptop real quick. I had to get it back.
Sorry, my mom found my jewel and she had to yell at me for a little bit.
Did you know Juul's actually worse than 27,000 cigarettes?
Do teens still buy jewels? I feel like I haven't heard about a jewel in a hot minute.
I don't care. I don't smoke.
I mean, I don't smoke. I don't ingest tobacco products because that's stupid and bad for you.
It is stupid and bad for you.
Yes. Yo, do you think like some fucking like high school freshman did an Easter egg hunt where all the Easter eggs were filled with jewel pods?
That sounds like a sorority thing, if I'm gonna be honest.
Oh, that sound. Oh my god, guys! So there's Easter egg hunts, and some of them have jewel pods. Crazy, but shh, one of them's marijuana. That's a sorority party right there. And then it's even though it's all nicotine and marijuana, they somehow still all end up blackout drunk at the end of the night.
Did you ever have a problem child in your elementary school class, maybe 4th or 5th grade, who like anytime the teacher was just like, I'm gonna open the door and the other teacher is gonna watch you because I have to go to the bathroom, and he would just be like, yo, let's fucking burn the school.
Oh wait, that's not the turn I expected it to go.
Did you?
I had the kid who, when we were all getting together as a class for the first time, like before the next school year started, because they would like tell us who our teacher was going to be for the next year, and then we'd all get together so we know who's in our class before it started. One time, a kid got in trouble during that because he called me fat. like in the circle with the whole class there.
Hi. Hi, I'm Richard. You can call me Rick. That kid's fat.
That was the same kid who told me in the middle of our fucking puberty class that he had only showered once a month.
I had my was just like, yeah, and I wear the same pants every day for a week. And we were just like,
even if I shit in them, it's still the same pants every week.
Yep, and I wear a diaper and everything. No, he did not say that.
The skin marks are out of control.
He gave me a 90 on a project because I didn't know how to video edit then, and I made a video, and he was just like, yeah, it wasn't the cleanest edit, and I was just like, I'm 14. Give me a fucking He's like, if you want 100, it has to be perfect. I'm just like, you have way too much hope.
Any teacher that expects perfection from a fucking 14-year-old is a dumbass.
You heard it here first.
I'll say it.
You heard it here first.
I'll say it. I'm not the biggest fan of teachers who expect perfection from 14-year-olds. You know what I expected from myself when I was 14 years old?
I expected to be 6 feet tall.
I expected my assignments to be finished, and that was it. That was the only standard I had for myself, was done.
Hey, Derek, guess what?
What?
Now all of your assignments just have to be moderately completed.
That's true. Now I strive to finish most of my assignments.
A fair amount.
Enough to not fail.
When you're in like 6th grade, you're like, oh man, a B+, I could have nailed it. And like you're in college and you're like, C+, holy shit, I thought I was gonna get a D.
Right? No, literally, I would get like B's in class, and I was like, I don't think I submitted any homework for this class.
That's
reveals what kind of student I am.
That's because one of your majors isn't real, and the other one thinks it's way too real.
Yes. And the funny thing is, both of those things can apply to either one of my majors. But I'm assuming you were talking about EGST and music in that order.
Yes.
Okay, because that could also be true for music and EGST in that order, especially since I am not any concentration in the music department. Leave it in.
Well, that's gonna wrap it up here. Make sure to check out Devoid Entertainment. We're doing I'll say it now. We're doing a tournament style that after Ben retired, we're deciding to do a fresh start. So the next couple, like 4 or 5, whatever number we pick, probably 5. The next 5 games are going to be all eliminator games. So the winners move on. So it's kind of like number 1 contendership to go into the championship game. And all these contender matches will be 3 rounds, so they will be significantly shorter. We're going to do them every week, every Friday at 9 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. And it's going to be great.
Yes. Stay tuned.
Yes, it's going to be very fun. There are going to be new people you've never seen before. It's not just going to be Jacob and James. It's going to be new people.
It's not just going to be Jacob and James. It's going to be Paul.
It's going to be Paul and Craig and Sam. Stevens. Everyone loves Stevens.
Oh yeah, Stevens.
We're gonna have some of the best return, because we're gonna really kick it off with a bang, and not every match after the championship is going to be a championship match. We're just gonna get new people. We're gonna change it up. It's gonna be a league. This is a new league.
We're flipping the script. We're changing the program, brother. Is that good?
I thought you were doing Randy Savage because they sound alike too much.
That was an indescribable 80s wrestler.
Yeah.
Yeah,
but,
it's good.
Yeah.
It's gonna be great.
The wrestling podcast is we got interesting shit coming up.
We've got should I say big things? Should I hype it up that much without saying what it is?
We got smart things.
We have good things.
And this one we also might have good things. We really have to get back to
one. Yeah. Yeah, that's true.
We really have to see.
As long as we're productive, there's good things coming.
Yeah, we're gonna keep active. We're gonna post more. Devoid Statistics is coming soon, probably soon after this episode, in conjunction with the first eliminator game. The first eliminator game, I'm gonna spoil it right now. Everybody is new. Nobody has ever played before. That's how fresh we're going. Yeah. We're literally every single person. I've already got people. We're calling it surprise. That's gonna be a surprise. But until then,
world.
Goodbye.
Bye. I love you. I said it first, bitch.
You heal.